Welcome back to more Trails in the Sky. Last time we made it to this part and we talked to Cher and get our Brazier notebook, and in this time we're going to examine this and get our first job. This training will beneath searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest and see Cher's art for details. Alright, so accept this, and after we get to this tutorial stuff, we can go talk to Cher. There we go. Very good. Looks like you're able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs in their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also important for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's go to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Yay, more tutorial stuff! Everyone loves tutorial stuff. Here's where you'll learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support cores in order to make orbital arts. If this doesn't make sense now, trust me, it will later. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. Arts are basically like the magic in this game. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these Orbital Factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here? No problem, leave everything to me. So what is it that you'd like to know about? Let's start with orbital arts. Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbits. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they're almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must be first synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use can also change depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I described, but I think this information should suffice for now. It does start out kind of complicated, but we will see. You'll see later. You'll understand it all later. Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects to the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. This is also a very interesting difference here. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect and vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be open in an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. Quartz. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and arrays of the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of those effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize and use quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you'll be installing it ahead of time. Sepith. Sepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They're divided into 7 types: Earth, Water, Fire, Air, Wind, Time, Space, and Mirage. Sepith can be exchanged from almost anywhere, but at the Orbital Factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and open orbit slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. And that's it. Yay! Tutorial stuff over with! Finally, thank you. Looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. You'll see several of each type of elemental sepith. With that amount, you should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin first by making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In any case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be time elemental. Normally at a shop you'll be able to exchange step with a mirror, but for this training you will not be able to use this service. Okay, I lied. There's still more tutorial stuff. Okay, it's not this guy. We gotta talk to this guy. Alright, talk. Hi there, looks like you two are doing well in your training. If you'd like to modify your orbits, please select the Modified Trade Service. Let's do that. Alright, quartz. Alright, so Action 1 is the only thing we can do for Joshua. Because black is time and he's limited to only time. So let's see, what should we do? Let us do HP. Well, actually, it's a tough choice, actually, to be honest. We'll just go with HP. Actually, let's open up the, I think we can also open up, slots. Maybe not. Maybe I already used all this. Yeah, okay, maybe not. We have to equip that, so we hit the B button, go to Orbment, and install HP +1. It gives us Tear and Aqua Bleed, which is nice. And then Time Quartz gives us Clock Up and Soul Blur, which, can we look at those? Yeah, here we go. Speeds up the flow of time, speed +25%, and then faint damage +20%, alright? And then Dispel. Tear is a healing spell, 200 HP, which is basically, wow. Basically a full heal at this point, and then Aqua Bleed is just a water spell, so. Now, let's talk to Shara. Yep, alright. Oh, so you finished installing your course, have you? Since you have both recovery and attack arts set up, it appears you don't need any more instruction from me on how to do this task. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which courses allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz books in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbits. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it'd be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use the steppers and open a slot in each of your orbits. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Alright, let's go open slots. I thought we were going to be doing this. Alright, openable. Do that, and then still... Okay, well... Looks like Joshua got his slot open. I thought for a second I could have opened both, but nope. Good work on opening a slot, Joshua. Since your central slot is limited to a certain elemental, it'd be best to increase your orbit's number of open slots early on. That is a good point, actually. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the Qualification Test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me. Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not too long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your racer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. Pretty sure the job listing mentions searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Adios, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. Okay. Giving thanks for a sewer. Okay. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel this nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. It's supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland's sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest, which has been placed somewhere within that area. I really cannot talk today. Wow. The layout of the sewer is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Receive Tier Bomb ×3. Monster Guide. What's this book for? It's called a Monster Guide. It's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attribute, you should immediately make a note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You should really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Ready then. Let's get pumped up and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure to treat it as such. Alright, time for the first dungeon of the game. So first thing we're gonna go is go over here to this recovery point. Because I believe, in addition to recovering, I believe we can also, let's see. Okay, nope. Okay, for a second I thought we could save here, but nope, that's not right here. All right, I'm stupid. We can save anywhere. I forgot. Okay, let me put it down here. That's all my clear data from my previous games, because I have actually beaten this game once, and I did a second playthrough. So, monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your brawling side. Got it. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They'll become visible as you approach them. It's kind of a mix of actual RPG and actual active time battle kind of thing. That was not a good analogy. Like RPG and just regular Zelda. Indicate 2 attacks first. Starts from the top and moves down. Yeah. This is basically the best way I can describe this battle system. It's basically like a yes, hints. I'll describe all this later. It's basically like a mix between Final Fantasy X and Fire Emblem, where you have this grid here, and then you have the battle order on the side, which says who's going to attack next. You only have a certain amount of spaces you can move per turn. Also, this battle music, so good. I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys listen for the next couple battles, probably.
We're good to go.
Ooh, more enemies. Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Basically just telling us to use magic, don't attack. Well, attack with magic, but not physical arts. So, one interesting thing about arts is that they actually take time to use. It's not like you use an art and then you immediately throw it out. You have to wait for your next turn. As you can see up there, we're spending a turn casting, and then our next turn comes up, and then we use it. So it's a pretty interesting battle system. It makes you kind of have to strategize a little bit more. You also get to see our new magic. Ooh, that guy's face turned around. Instead, let's try using crafts. Oh, crafts are very useful. I almost forgot about them. Those crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage. They're worth a shot. Roger that. Crafts have range limits, but can be utilized instantly. CP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. Yeah. CPs. Crafts are extremely useful, especially ones that come later. Crafts are basically usually support things, actually. S-crafts are what I was talking about. They are extremely helpful because they can be They're basically kind of like a limit break in this game. You'll see them. I'll use them later. But limit break is basically what I can, the best I can say. And then these are just extra things. I already used that, so let's just attack with it with Joshua. We got the strength up, so it'll be really nice.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Ooh, that's down here. Also, this music is the music in this game is just great. There's like there's not enough I can say about this game. The music, the whatever. I'm gonna try not to fanboy too much, like I said. Oh, what a surprise! Another creepy thing. What's there an easy way to take care of them? One blow using S-Craft or S-Break should do the trick for just about any enemy. The catch is our CP has to do at least 100 to pull off one of these moves. S-Breaks are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order. This is awesome. S-Crafts, which are unleashed as S-Breaks, can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-Breaks and eliminate enemy. Fortunately, it charges up our SP for us, so here. I'm going to attack this guy, and then I'm going to hit the one, or after this, I'm gonna hit one, and then we can immediately use that to kill this guy back here.
Here I come.
Bam! 189. Instant death. And then this guy, we can probably kill this guy with this one, and then S-Break. I'm probably gonna be calling them limit breaks out of habit, because you know, S-Break, limit break, how can you not make a parallel? Seriously? So yeah, forgive me if I call them limit breaks all the time.
Let's move out.
Alright. And last enemy. So that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we made it this far, the rest is gonna be a piece of cake. Seems like we got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. Oh yeah, bonuses come into play. These are very useful too. I believe these were in Final Fantasy X. I actually haven't played Final Fantasy X that much, so anyway. But yeah, like here, Estelle's gonna get a health bonus. Heal up, Sabbath up, yeah. She gets a little bit of heal. So, let's see, arts. We need to get rid of these butterfly monsters here. Moth monsters. Alright, and then craft. We don't have enough of craft points to do that, so let's just attack with Joshua. One of those guys is gonna get a heal. But fortunately he's at full health, so no big deal. Alright, Josh, you do dual strike on this guy. Death to you. Alright, Estelle, why don't you, yeah, just do another Aqua Bleed on the moth. And then... kill this guy. Alright. Now just got one more left, and he's hanging out back there like a coward. So we have to advance. Charge! Actually, hold on, I'm gonna let the music play. Sorry. I had to. That's my favorite part of the music right there at the end.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Found small box ×2. That's weird. There's a couple boxes inside the treasure chest. A box inside of a box. Boxception! The fact that there's not just one, but two is kind of interesting, too. Wonder what's inside. Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. Pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with a teensy-weensy peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest. Did you just say the F word? Yep. Opening one of those boxes could result in an immediate fail, automatic fail for both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. As long as there were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. You absolutely have to know what's inside. Why not ask Miss Scherer when we get back? For now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright. And indeed we shall. So, in the next episode, I will meet you guys outside of this place and we will go talk to Scherer. So, see you guys next time.